Hello there. It is Wednesday, September 10th. Got a collection of puzzles. Let's jump right in. First, set of pips. This one by Heidi Irwin. Okay, a little 8 grid here, one little notch. Triple threes, probably, yes. And a 6. So we could do the threes up here. Got a lot of, okay, that's too many threes. So the double 3 has to be part of the triple maybe. And, or maybe over here we gotta satisfy this 3. We could do a 6 in other ways. So we could do a 4-2. The 4-1 can go down and the 3-6 can go to the side. Cool. A little tougher now. Ooh, a 1, a nice 1. So it's been that the mediums recently have been sort of themed grid shapes. We've done one where the whole progression creates something. Right now this looks to be a 1, and then initial just seems to be kind of a random grid. Okay. It's a lot of things to only be 2, so we're going to need to have that be... We don't have many blanks, so it's going to have to be double 1s. So these 2 tiles, I think, are going to have to be the 2 there. And this 2... Interesting. So if we use that up and we use our 1s, this might be equal. And 8 is interesting as well. Less than 3, so it has to be a 2 or a 1. So that could be this. And then we could do a 6 and a 1, where a 1 could go to the 5. We got a lot of 1s we got to use up here. So a big string of 1s, I think, as the grid suggests. We could cross it over like that, do the double 1s here. And then the things that are equal are the 1s, so all centers around the 1s for this. That was nice. Okay, and a nice kind of little chubby table looks sort of thing to me. We got a couple equals, set of 3, 2, 2. There has to be a 3 at the bottom. There's a lot of options there. We got 1, 4, 5, 6. And for doubles, variety of options. Less than 3, though. It has to be a 2 or a 1. So it could be 1, 3, or 1, 6. It has to be less than 6. So 6 can't go here. That's interesting. And greater than 3, so 4, 5, or 6. 4, 5, or 6. Okay. That's tough. Bunch of equals and things, greater thans. Well, if it's less than 3, then that's a 2 or a 1. So for 2s or 1s, we got a 2. We could have a 2 stick out here, or a 3, or a 6. And I feel like we got a number of 6s, so I feel like I'm going to try it being the 2. If we do that, then the 2... So are there any other options? It could be 2... Oh, so it could be 2, 6, or 1, 3. So there's 3 tiles that can go there, right? 1 and 2s, yes. So if I do this one, then that means this actually has to go this way because it can't go down. And this is going to stick out. So we're going to have something in a set of 3, which could be 3s or 4s. So this is, if we use up these 2s, then by necessity, and we've used up the 6, then these are 3s and 4s, which means the 3, And the doubles are kind of restricted. So this greater than 3 has to be 4. So you could get the double 4s there, but then you don't have enough 4s. If you do a 5, you could do the 3s that way. And you could have you could do the 4s. But I think we're going to run into trouble because this is the 4s and it could be 4-3, but then we need another double 3, or we need a double 3. And if we tried a different way and did this, then we're going to not be able to fill in that corner. You can't do 3. The other thing, so 3s as a choice. So 4s as a choice is you could put that in, but then you're having trouble filling in the treble 3s. If you do 3s, you don't have enough 3s for both. So I don't think the 5-3 can go down there. It could be 5-6, but then we don't have enough 6s. It could be 6-5 or 6-3. Is that what we used before? Or we did 5-3. So it's the same thing. Yeah, and now if we did a 5-3 or something like that, we would have to use something less than 6. It might be that this is not a 2 up there. So if we change that around and say maybe this is a 2-6, then this is the other 6 could go either direction. And the last choice was the 1-3, which means we would have to use up one of these 3s and we would have 1 left over, so that still works. So either of these could go. Interesting. What about this greater than 3? That's kind of limiting. A 4-5-6 of... we have a set of 3 4s, a set of 3 2s, and a set of 3 6s. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's a lot of them. Okay. Having trouble making an inroad on this. I think I'm going to, like previously, let it simmer for a sec and maybe come back to it. We shall see. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Seem to not have been logged in. In alphabetical order, the 5 letters, each worth at least 5 points in Scrabble. Are just all the vowels? A, E, I, O, U, maybe? Or menswear retailer? Oh, I don't know. Something A bank. Yellowish brown pants. That's probably khaki. Tiny neighbor of Saudi Arabia. Pictures of fractures. In a chill state of mind, of like cool vibe. Ooh. Largest airport in the Midwest. So maybe it spells an interesting word. Largest airport in the Midwest. O'Hare? E? The devil. Satan? Every kiss begins with K. And what was that? The longest jewelry slogan. Long time jewelry slogan. Okay. Busy org on, that's the IRS. Phrase, maybe? Tiny neighbor, Qatar. Ooh. O'Hare. In a chill state of mind. Zen. Oh, is it just... No. QRS. Pictures of fractures. Trays? Yeah. I said in alphabetical order, so the 5 letters each worth at least 5 points. Pictures of fractures. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. X-rays. Yes, yes, yes. And I don't know if I know this one. Yeah, okay. Probably could have guessed that J is a high-level letter. Joss A. Bank, yes. Oh, that's tough. Not a standard word, but an interesting method to pack that many sort of niche letters into a little mini crossword with the Scrabble. So that's definitely a good seed. You know, how to get your Q in there without using a U with guitar and X-rays. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that. Oh man, it is tough today. Okay, let's try a Pusmo. This looks unassuming. Could totally stump me as well. Electrical switch positions, ons and offs, maybe offs. X's and O's. O's. Web page that can ease the customer service workload. FAQ. Nice. Unfun reason to miss class. Unfun. Like a flu. Yeah, that's no fun. Come no further. Halt. Avoiding detection. Stealthing or something? What is it? Please hold. And there's a little emoji of like a coin purse. Accordion colloquially. Instruments depicted on Guinness bottles. Harps. Sun obscuring mist. Is that a haze? Not sure about that. Suffix with lemon or lime. Aid. Annoyance from an auto dialer. A robocall. Nice. Prone to extravagant spending like a certain biblical son. Class that teaches about condoms and IUDs. Sex ed. An Adobe. Love to bits. A door. Okay. Squeeze box. Prone to extravagant spending like a certain biblical son. Prodigal. Drug used with a trip sitter, an acid. Beowulf or the Mahabharata. An epic. Ape Escape, classic video game. Not familiar. That sounds familiar. Avoiding detection. Stealing still? Garlic aioli. Emotion. Nice. Strapless purse. Something bag. Up to something. Up. Like a butt. You're like up next to something. Sweet pea. Place for a pail on a rope. Looney Tunes retailer of tornado seeds and earthquake pills. Those are great examples. Acme. Tornado seeds and earthquake pills. The Wile E. Coyote still has trouble every time, despite the wonderful products from Acme. Painter Repin, known for his portraits of Russian literary figures. The 1, 2, and 3 in a 1, 2, 3 inning. Outs. Oh, a clutch bag, maybe? Clutch bag, we'll say. Went looking for a creation smith, ended up with a pair of cracked lips. Phoebe Bridgers, I know the end. Not familiar with that one, but that sounds pretty good. Stealthy, Okay. Etsy? No. Easy. Ilya. Okay. Fell with an axe. Hem, haw. Ugh. Sweet pea. Up to something. That would be a butt was the idea. Iddle? Place for a pail. Oh dear. Oh no. Hem, haw, hew. Well. Up to something. You're able. And Hugh. Ella. Okay. Good to hear it came together without too much trouble. Squeeze box and clutch bag made for a whimsical pair. Dishonored and Hitman stealthily was a fun inclusion. Prodigal was too, as it gave me the chance to dispel the common misconception from Prodigal's son that the word means missing or similar. The last entry I'll spotlight is Ilya Repin, who was responsible for The Haunting, and in its day quite controversial piece, Ivan the Terrible and His Son Ivan, which I think about from time to time. Look it up at your own risk. Okay, we will. Leave that as an exercise to the reader if you want to go explore that. I'm not familiar with that one, at least by name. Ryan's outs. Clue is about baseball. There are 3 true outcomes in baseball, exactly 3 at-bat results that have no defense besides the pitcher and the catcher. Oh, okay. Would take a little doing to come up with those, but interesting to know. Very cool. Okay. Redeemed ourselves a little bit. See how a New Yorker fares. It says beginner friendly. See how beginner friendly it really is. Reconnect after some time apart. Meet up, rekindle, or outdoor gear retailer. Probably REI. Maui and Madagascar. Islands. Spectacular victory, slangily. And epic something? Stuffed pasta that might contain ricotta or spinach. Probably could be ravioli. Navigation app displays or maps. Something may care attitude. Devil may care attitude. Repairs men's. Epic win. Slid. No walk-ins. Appointments required. Indoor voices, please. Quiet down or calm down. Cynic. Courtney Cox's friend. I'm not sure. Speck. Like a dot. Monica. Square peg in a round hole, so to speak. Quiet down or something. What Yankee Doodle called the feather in his cap. Yankee Doodle stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Orchestra area. The pit. Something of, without precedent. Bind in a porcine term. Shed some tears. Cry. Sob. Campsite covering. A tarp or a tent? A tarp. Make a scene. Act. Reconnect after catch-up. Structures with turrets and drawbridges. Castles. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. Ugh. Unheard of. Bind. Hog tie. SNL. Pete Davidson. Shed some tears. Cried. Dial it down. Okay. Praise highly. Laud. Notable times. Eras. Square peg. A misstep. Brand of beer favored by Homer Simpson is Duff. Like very serious circumstances. Dire. Misfit. Okay. Yes. Tries to seduce. Tempts. Can I tempt you? Stew over. Fret over. Give off. Emit. Had a ball. Personal characteristics. Traits. Overly sentimental. Could be sappy, tiara, yes. Sappy. Word after thirst trap or tourist trap. Sappy. Gratuity, tip. Had a ball. Partied. Whoop, eed. There we go. That's really too bad. What a pity. Pity. The Telltale Heart, Edgar Allan Poe. Something said before, a leap of faith, maybe. Here goes. Nice. Herb that sounds wise. Sage. Who am I kidding? Top ranked item. No, top ranked team in a tournament. The 1 seed. Gives 5 stars. Rates. Yeah, it's an example. Twas. Word of caution. Beware. Metaphorical place for out-of-touch elitists. Ooh. Don't know. Messy person. Slob. Where were we? Now then. Storage facility on a farm. Silo. Starter follower. Simon and Garfunkel and Sonny and Cher. They're duos. Raises a glass to toasts. Slob. Tower. Ivory tower. Ivory tower. Hoped for answer to will you go to prom with me? Yes. Actress Amy of Vice and Doubt. Adams. Adams. Like numbers important in cryptology. Like ciphers or seeds. Temperature lowering substance for an engine. Coolant. Insect under a mound. An ant. Started dating again after a breakup. Character who stole from 40 thieves in a legendary tale. Ali Baba. Femur, ulna, or clavicle. Those are bones. Started dating again. Movie theater. AMC. Moved on. There we go. Out of the loop. Uninformed. And prime, yes. And belies. Contradicts. Starter pain. Starter. Instrument played by animal. The drums. Okay. When you're at a restaurant, your main. State with conviction. Assert. Ownership document. A deed. Transfers colors. Bleed. Bleed D. That's cool. Jamba. Star Wars. No. Jabba. Like badly worn tires. They're bald. Nice. And large scale paintings. Murals. Which are art. Galleries contents. Very nice, very nice. Here Goes was cool. There was another. Dial it down just right, not too hot, not too cold. I like that. It was just right, just right. Okay. Wow, nicely done. Last thing would be to try the Wednesday from the Times, and maybe reattempt that Pips, because that's been giving me trouble. Let's see how this goes. Cole and Harit, collaboration here. Spiritual principle symbolized by an endless knot. Ooh. I would guess karma, but I don't know if that's a principle. Dharma or something L. Superman's birth name. Ooh. Pal and Parius and Ami. Intensify. Rev up. Richard of York gave battle in vain for the colors of the rainbow. That's a mnemonic? I don't know. Is that how do you spell that? Is that right? Mnemonic? That's what came to mnemonic? Mnemonic? I'm not sure. Spiritual dharma or karma. Carlyle changes a legislative bill. Amend or emend. Those are both. Quote from a magazine rep. Ad rate. Otis's love interest on Netflix is sex education. Not sure, but MA could be good. Skimpy serving of foie gras, say. Liver. Liver. Karma or Dal L or Kal L? Okay. Liver something. Mate something. One of Daniel Radcliffe's paparazzi. Okay. Daniel Radcliffe notably played Harry Potter, so it could be Potter. Heinz bottle blueprint, say, so could be, it could actually just ketchup or ketchup. The biggest and most loving of hugs, say, okay, and Idahoans, say, okay, and not immediately seeing a little suggestion, but something's going on. Rock for one. That could be a genre of music. Have a cow. Willow, whose twigs are used in basketry. Oh, I just did this recently. I think it's an osier. I think I came across that word recently. Rock could be a topic or a carne asada. Dallas baller. Suffix with sulfide? Sulfide. Rock, that's a topic. A PC mesh for securing items in transport. A catch-all or a car? Have a cow. Madge. It's a little older. Women's professional tennis matches have 3 of them. Sets. Maeve. Okay, that's a word. That's a common name. Liver. What was it? Liver. Skimpy serving of foie gras. Liver. Is it liver? Maybe it's a play on liver. Have a cow. Grave. Garv. What was it? Tarv. Okay. Bit of cream. Like a dollop of cream, a dab of cream, a splash. Bird whose males incubate the eggs. Thing that came to do the male penguins do that? That's way too long. When a star is first seen. Ooh, their debut. Knock over. Bit of cream. Like a dab of cream? Dash of cream? Bird. Okay, could be. Yeah, emu. Retailer's counterpart. Retailer. San Francisco Oakland separator. The Bay. Oh, the buyer. Okay, and a dab of cream. A daub of cream? Knock over. Some dressing in an operating room. Gauze? Okay, a maze. Potter, one of Daniel Radcliffe's paparazzi. Potter, like Potter's Wheel or something like that. Had a nosh, 8. Ooh. Potter's. So maybe it's all possessive, so, and then you change one letter, so like Potter's something. Certain volleyball hit, so there's a bump, set, and spike. Glass in a frame. Engage in a bit of back and forth. You could debate, you could volley. Certain tennis shot, more tennis. Just think a serve, or I don't backhand or nothing. Feeling of dizziness with. Oh, that would probably be the bends, maybe. Well, that's very specific. Could be, though. Potter's something. Mesh for securing. Cargo something. Cargo net. Potter's Potter. Potter's Potter. So it livers. Oh, no. You add one. Okay. Potter, spotter, liver, sliver. Whoops, sliver. Nice. Not sure about that corner. Have a cow. Salve? Dallas. Rock for one. Topic. Rock is a comic. Oh, rock. Cav. And M is okay. Like Chris Rock as a comic, stand-up comic. Okay, that seems all right. Okay, so Ketchup's SketchUp. Is that what it is? Wow. And Ketchup, yeah. SketchUp. Okay, and the biggest and most loving of hugs. A something and then with an S in there. Okay. Small-minded, petty. Billy Joel's something from an scenes. Add rate, yeah. Potter, that seems good. I think it's probably Cav and comic. Purpose. Ooh, purpose. The sake. Opening on a stage. Act 1. Include in correspondence, CC'd. Eddie, yes, okay. Ketchup. SketchUp. Pine glass in a frame? Pine glass in a frame. Pane of glass. Engage in a bit of back and forth. Back and forth. Like pair, or it could also be a spike. No, feeling of dizziness. Upset or avenue crosshairs. Those are usually streets. Which way's that go? I think avenues are usually north to south, so this actually is east to west. I think that's the direction a street would be. That's cool. Bad thing to try to do from the middle lane. Turn. Something madness. Punny name for a barbershop. Sheer madness. Is that right? Shave Prefix in aviation. Arrow. Stereotypical name for a Dalmatian. Spot. With skepticism. Errant or absurdly easy task. A cakewalk. Maybe. Remark to the arguments. That could be an aside. Oh, mushroom, or I think USD, LSD. Feeling of dizziness. Spinning or a slide. Slice. Pace. Yeah. Spine. Feeling of dizziness with the spins. Place to wear a mitt. You could wear a mitt. place, it could be like an oven mitt, but baseball in the outfield. Not sure. The biggest, most loving of hugs. Pack animal related to camels. Could be a llama, maybe? Quaint term of address for a noblewoman. Skateboard jumping. Ollie. Ravenclaw. Talon. Yen. God. Dio? After all. Quaint term of address. Milady. Mother smother? The biggest and most loving of hugs, say? Mother smother? Okay. Physicist who built upon Volta's work. Could be Ohm. Place to wear a mitt. Oh, could be an oven. Password creator. A user. You try. Have at it. Interesting. Oven. Place. I guess an oven can be a place. Okay. Many characters in Better Call Saul. They're attorneys or lawyers? Attorneys? ATYs? Arcant flew past. Trailing behind. Demeanors. Manners means like corned beef in a Reuben sandwich. Idahoans say a Tampa. Idahoan though. Idahoan. Hallmark of a typical Greek tragedy. Something gotten by a scapegoat. An alibi? Nerve-wracking. Tense. Get what I'm saying? Spins, yeah. Have at it. User, physicist, yeah. Many characters in Better Call Saul. Flew past. Demeanors means like corned beef. There you are. Okay, I like that. Boatload. Ton. Color akin to caramel. That could be tan, but genre that punk rock paved the way for. Punk rock, probably emo. FF's opposite. Like fast forward, so rewind? Get what I'm saying? Okay now? Color akin to caramel, so that could be tan. Something gotten by a scapegoat. Oh, blame. Tan. Tater. Stater. Tater. Stater. I was trying to have that in my head. I couldn't get it to work. Hallmark of typical Greek tragedy. Irony? Means? No. Demeanors. Like corned beef. Or many characters. I want to say ATYs. Something trailing behind. A few, or cakewalk. It is not being good. Flew past. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. I was thinking irony, but Hallmark. Have at it, have at ought. Demeanors. Moray. I like mother, smother, and tater, stater. Trailing behind. A few, like corned beef in a Reuben sandwich. I guess it's the meat. It's it's a layer. Is it sheer? Sheer. I think I use sheer like that. But cakewalk with skepticism. Absurdly easy task. It came. Like cakewalk. Okay. See how much pencil can become pen. Almost all of it. Okay. I know. Get what I'm saying? I know. You know. Whoa. Flew past. By, yes. Shot by. Askant? Whoa. ATYs? ATRs? ATTs? Ats. Like a... okay. Trailing behind. In tow. On... Yes, it's on rye. The corned beef is on rye. Okay. Irony. Miens. Is that how you spell it? How you pronounce that? Mien? Means? Mien? And I'm going to say D. Aw. Is it a K? It's a K. I'm sure karma versus dharma. Whether those are related, but... yeah, good. I guess, yeah, so after a while you don't need a... It's simple enough that you don't need a themed explanation of it. It's just a word, add an S, and it creates a new thing. Very cool. Chris Rock, yes, is a comic. Askant. Roy G. Biv. It's M-N-E. Mnemonic. N. Cav. And rewind. Yes. Strawberry Wilk. This evolved into crossword construction. Lovely. Constructing has been our way of keeping close. Lovely to hear. This puzzle was born from experiments with letter swapping and word exchange. We noticed that it formed another outdated phrase when an S was added to the front, so we scrapped the original idea. Which was that? Constructing has been our way. Okay. Cracked out some Python code and found a host of fun phrases. Hope we amaze you with our debut. It was lovely. Okay. Ketchup, sketchup, liver sliver, potter spotter, mother smother, tater stater. I think tater stater is my favorite. Very clever. Very good. Love it. Okay, do we dare try to solve this PIPS, which is proving really difficult. A lot of options. This is the only cell that has to be a very specific number. Everything else is equals. We have a lot of triples of things. So maybe if we use the triples, let's see, we got 3 2s, we got 3 3s, or we got enough 2s, we got enough 3s, we got enough 4s. So 2, 3, 4 are the things that are equals, at least in terms of have at least 3. This 3 we're going to use up. So there's a lot of options there. This less than 3 seems like one of the limiting factors, because the only numbers those could be are 2s or 1s, and we only have 3 tiles that can be placed there. So it could be, you could have a 2 sticking out there, you could have a 3 sticking out there, or you could have a 6. And all of those, aren't immediately then impossible. The thing we worked through before was that you put a 2 out here, which means the other 2 has to go here because you can't roll it down here. Then this violates its little condition. If we do that, we've used up the 2s, which is great. This 1 is going to potentially be a problem, so you could just maybe stick it over here. Then yeah, so to do this setup, if you do it this way, we have to put a cell here, and in this case we're like this. Even if we're like this, then actually we can't ever, wait a minute, maybe there's some limitation here. So if we say that this tile goes down, because both of these have to stick out like this. If this tile goes down, then we're going to place some tile here and some tile here, and then we're in trouble because we can't fill this in. So we're going to have to place a tile flat like this. And same goes here. We can't put a tile this corner facing down because then we're going to trap this one hole. So this has to go flat as well, which means this is going to be a double tile. So it's going to be the 2s, or what double tiles do we have? We have 2s or 4s. So this could be the 2s, or it could be the 4s. If it's the 2s, then the other one has to be 2, 6, and or it's 4, 3. And this is less than, so if we do this, then this means this tile has to go here, and we need another 3 to stick in there. This has to be less than 6. Other things, so the same thing is that the other double tile is going to go here. So this means this would have to be the 4, and this would have to be a 4, 3, and I think we're in trouble. So let's try it the other way, that this is the 4 and this is the 2, and the 2, 6 goes down, and that means the only thing that can go here is the 1, 3. The 4, 3 has to go into the side, and 3 something, so 3, 6 or 3, 5. This has to be less than 6, and we have 2 5s, so, and we need the 3, so the 3 has to go here, and the 6 has to go here, and the 3 has to go here. Cool. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So actually, it seemed tough, but was, I guess the insight there was to start with these endpoints that force, was thinking too much about the conditions. Is that what they're called? The conditions. So I was thinking too much about the conditions rather than just the grid or the board and where you have to place tiles. So you have to place a tile like this, and because then combined with the conditions, you know where the doubles are going to go. So that actually greatly restricts the possibilities. Cool. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I wasn't finding the way to think it through correctly. I think that's a good way to think about it. All right. Some great stuff there. The Wednesday Times was really good. I really liked the New Yorker. Really smooth, great cluing, and the little apt pair from Puzzmo was also great. Clutch bag and squeeze box and robocall. Excellent, excellent. All right. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.